I swear, guys, I was really busy with work. I was a bit occupied the past month. See that cool dude randomly wearing a kimono, completely out of place with what's in frame? Yep, that's me.
Is that Corey Parker? Corey Parker!
I got the flu. Immediately upon getting home, that set back any future projects, including my Inoue Donaire preview video, which that fight already passed by. With that all being said, let's get started with the video. So in my previous video, I went in full detail with what Ortiz was doing and why Mayweather had his hands full with this fight, and it wasn't at all the fact that Ortiz was quick early and outweighed Floyd by 14 pounds. Ortiz fought an awfully dirty fight, and Cortez's performance was possibly the worst performance I've seen in his career. So after numerous blatant headbutts, and one so blatant that it couldn't be ignored by Cortez, where he was forced to stop the fight and take a point off, Floyd had had enough, and the punches he was going to throw Ortiz's way was going to end Ortiz's career at the World Championship level and into the shadow realm of irrelevance. The fight didn't end pretty, though it did look pretty, but at this point, I don't blame Floyd for the actions he made. It was clearly justified and within the rules. This was a fight Floyd wanted to establish his respect in the welterweight division after coming on the scene big against Sean Mitchell at his first fight at 147. Floyd was against an in his prime opponent and just recently undisputed welterweight champion. This was for the IBF and vacant IBO title. Floyd in his early fights, he would drift away from the game plan and be quick to brawl, believe it or not. What made Floyd so great when he was developing over the years, he quickly found out at junior welterweight that he cannot be banging it out all the time with these guys, or he won't have a long career at all if he doesn't stick to the game plan to a T. This fight here is a perfect example of Floyd sticking to the game plan when at moments it looked like he may have to go to a plan B and fight fire with Zab.
Could have called it a knockdown, but I don't know if it would have been a 2-point round, and I believe Judah won the round anyway, so Royal.
In the Endo fight, Floyd threw everything but the kitchen sink. He may have underestimated Endo's toughness and let his hands go a bit too much.
Mayweather with the right hand over the top, triple left hook, larraping the right hand, brings the crowd to its feet. Much more of a slugfest than we expected. Floyd Mayweather promised this.
Where he was forced to take a break. Endo started to rally himself into the fight.
In this ground, you suspect that Philip Endo has never seen anything like the speed and technical brilliance of Floyd Mayweather.
You believe he's coming back?
You suspect that Floyd Mayweather has never seen anything like the courage and determination of Philip Endo.
Courage,
Brilliant determination. Look at Endo go.
Stirring up a mini war, Floyd was able to weather what Endo gave him and get the stoppage in the 7th round.
More action than you ever dreamed you'd see in a Floyd Mayweather fight. What a round. What an unbelievable round.
One of the great rounds of the year.
Decision victory. This fight was Floyd's biggest test at junior welterweight. It was made known, and known early, that Floyd cannot be foolishly trading shots in this new weight class. Corley cracks Floyd, and for the first time, Floyd is genuinely hurt.
By Corley momentarily stuns Mayweather.
Mayweather too.
Okay, Jim. 3-0, 30-27. Floyd Mayweather.
Well, he's in trouble now as DeMarcus Corley once again catches him and now tries to go to work against the ropes.
A right hand sent Mayweather.
He was able to weather the storm and come back with heat of his own that very same round to drop Corley.
This is another big right hand, and down goes Corley to his knee. Deuce with body shots of his own.
Mayweather's hurt, but he's still fighting back.
Great left hook by Mayweather. Now Corley's hurt.
There's an opportunity for Corley here if he can take it.
And Mayweather grinned over at us as if to say, what a fight. And now Corley's back on it.
But you know, the way it's going, I don't think it's going to go to 12 rounds.
Hard right hands by Corley.
Floyd, fueled by pride and rage, jumps on Corley and made him pay before cruising to a wide unanimous decision victory.
To repeat the point that Emmanuel has made several times, such remarkable accuracy on his punches. Left hook floors Corley.
There's two different types of Floyd. There's Pretty Boy Floyd, who's flashy and quick to step out of his defensive shell and brawl, taking a risk. And then there's Money Floyd, who is more defensive and takes a calculated risk. This was the very last fight I recall boxing fans would see Pretty Boy Floyd. Stylistic changes had to be made if he wanted to progress through this division and to higher weight classes in the future. And as prideful and egotistical he may come off in public, it clearly shows in his future fights he was willing to set that aside and change to better himself. With Maidana beating who the media crowned as Mayweather's predecessor, Adrian Broner, late 2013. For Mayweather's next fight, he will avenge the loss of his little bro against Maidana, May of 2014. Mayweather was heavily undersized against Maidana in this fight. It was a tactical decision for Floyd to come in light on fight night to retain speed and stamina, banking on Maidana to tire out. Mayweather was 148 and Maidana came in at 165 pounds. Holy crap. On paper, he was in for hell. And at this moment, which Floyd had to really be careful, and that was to weather Maidana's early storm, but keep it close. That was expected out of the gate. What Floyd was not expecting was Maidana to be as dirty as he was. Maidana was not taking any chances. The man was fighting like he bet his entire paycheck on himself since he was the 12-1 underdog. Floyd got cut for the very first time, and it really wasn't looking good for him. Rafael Garcia, Floyd's cut man, to cool him down, and Garcia to later stop the bleeding after that round. Floyd was able to focus fully on turning this fight around, which thanks to his attack to the body early, mainly by jabs, he was able to set up big shots to the head later on and slow down the fight to his pace.
And now blistering, Mayweather sticks the stiff jab. Maidana coming in and gets caught with the right. There's a combination.
Floyd did just enough in the middle of the fight and in the championship rounds to edge Maidana by majority decision. This fight was Floyd's first fight at lightweight, and it was against an in his prime fighter who was mentored by the great Julio Cesar Chavez. It was not the best decision for Floyd to jump up and fight a guy like Castillo in his first fight in that weight class. Not used to the weight and inexperienced, Floyd was in some trouble. When the fight was on the outside, Floyd was able to outbox Castillo, but due to the fact that Floyd was not used to the new weight, he was able to allow Castillo to cut the ring off to where Castillo was able to really rake in some rounds and make the fight dangerously close to where spectators had Castillo ahead in the scorecards. Mayweather received his first real scare in his career and won by a questionably wide scorecard. There was an immediate rematch, and Floyd was able to capitalize on everything he did wrong in the first fight, completely shutting out Castillo. Personally, this was one of my favorite Floyd fights. It truly showed his intangibles and how clutch he is under pressure. This fight was all Floyd till Cotto was able to utilize his jab. Mayweather could not get past Cotto's jab, and embarrassingly, Mayweather tried challenging Cotto's jab and gets popped off attempting.
Fight, he should be fighting, letting Floyd rest.
Why would he go to the ropes if he has this advantage here?
It's a ballsy gesture by Floyd, and most notably he did it against Marquez. Floyd gets hit by a perfect right hand by Marquez, in which he purposely recreates the same situation and challenges Marquez to try and land that right hand again. Marquez goes for it again to be countered perfectly by Floyd, to where he casually goes back to circling the ring and resuming the original path he was on. This fight here, it failed and there was a new challenge. Floyd had to get past that and his broken nose. It was really disturbing him, and due to that, Cotto was seriously raking in rounds and putting a beatdown on Floyd.
Left hook by Cotto. Boom! Cotto is the one who's putting hard weapons
Playing solidly for some time.
a clear win in this round for Miguel Cotto, and there may be scorecards here that have the fight even at this point.
Cotto coming with big momentum into the 9th round. Floyd, noticing Cotto had slowed down just a little bit. Floyd rallied and then noticed Cotto was unable to respond. He had punched himself out. Mayweather ended up stealing the 9th round. And going into the 10th, you can literally hear the frustration in Harold Letterman's voice when he knew that was the game-ending round for Cotto. Depending on what Cotto did that 9th round, decided if he was going to win the fight or not. And Harold, who had seen thousands of fights, saw that.
I'm really disappointed in Miguel Cotto because in round 9, when he could have just closed up this fight, made it as close as possible, he didn't fight. He didn't fight the 9th round and it killed him. I mean, I would have gone out there and punched like a son of a gun in round 9, and Cotto gave it up, and it's a damn shame. 6-3, Floyd Mayweather.
Mayweather was able to edge Cotto round 10 and 11 and completely take Cotto apart in the 12th round.
And he's going to just play it safe, take off the clock, so to say.
Going for the knockout. Cotto is staggered by that uppercut.
That's the experience.
Almost fell forward.
Floyd thinks so well going down the stretch. His mind is sharp at all times.
It was boxing's version of a Tom Brady down by 4 running a 2-minute drill. This fight is high on my list because depending on how Floyd dealt with this, it may have resulted in his first career loss. 6 rounds in, and it looked like Floyd was cruising to an easy 12-round decision. It was like that till Floyd oddly lands a shot to the top of Carlos's head. Floyd felt it immediately and dropped to the canvas, resulting as his first legitimate career knockdown.
Gets a chance to hit Floyd after the referee said stop. 4. And this is going to be called a knockdown against Floyd Mayweather. 7. And he motioned Jim about his man.
Floyd, in pain, ended up clearly losing the 7th round due to inactivity, was able to rally and fight past the pain and make it to the scorecards for the win.
Are these knockout hands? I mean, see the Maidana here, see? Right over here you can see there's no knuckle. There's no knuckle right here, right here.
Everything you saw in the first Maidana fight came from this fight here. This fight was taking place right after the Hernandez fight where Floyd damaged his hand. Chavez fought his ass off, and from the opening bell and on, Chavez was throwing 100 punches a round.
What a crowd. What an exciting arena. They waited 40 years for a championship fight in San Francisco, and they are ready for it.
They are getting it.
By the 8th round, Harold had Chavez up by 1 round. Round 9 was Floyd's biggest round. He was able to finally crack through Chavez's defense and get to him. Both guys were going at it in a toe-to-toe battle.
Brilliant, clean, hard shot from Pretty Boy Floyd, and Chavez backs out. A solid display of skill by Mayweather. What a display of will by Chavez. Standing ovation round. Everybody up.
Coming into the 10th round, the fight was stopped anticlimactically. Floyd runs over to the HBO crew, telling them he punched himself out. Ronnie Shields' reason to why he stopped the fight was he was starting to get really hit clean that round, and obviously he wanted to protect him, which that was a good decision. This is my list of Floyd's toughest opponents. For more videos like these, be sure to like, and if you're new, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram for updates on future content, boxing news, memes, and whatever. I promise, I'll be back next week with another video. I'm Alpha Sancho, and I'm out.